Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Say Less. I am your host, Leslie Ann, and tonight we got a wonderful guest, and he's a male. My second male guest. Ain't y'all proud of me? Told y'all I'm gonna be giving y'all some diversity. But anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Say Less. This is a fitness podcast. I created this platform for the everyday person, mom, dad, sister, brother, uncle, to come on and just share their experience in the fitness world, meaning their fitness journey. Weight loss stories. We talk about fitness and nutrition, and pretty much it. The reason why I created this platform is because not everybody can relate to the fitness influencers. So I just thought that if I bring on regular people who work out, have a wonderful fitness story to tell, I believe the average person can relate to another average person as opposed to these big fitness influencers out here. And in order to help them and encourage them all along on their fitness journey. So this is why I created Say Less. My guest tonight, his name is Dominic Frazier. Dominic and I met on a dating app. Was that it? He'll come up here and tell you. But we've never met in person, but we've remained friends. I think the reason why I was attracted to his profile is because he was into fitness, and this is my life. And of course, I've always wanted to date somebody or talk to somebody who shares the same love for fitness as I do. So he's going to come on, has over 20 years of experience. This man knows his stuff. He doesn't even know this, but when he posts on different groups that we're in, it's like, I'm literally, I don't even think he knows this. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh my God. He's a wealth of information. Like, I thought I was an open book about fitness. Y'all have no idea. So he's going to come on and talk about his journey into fitness, his weight loss story, and what he's been doing with his life. So without further ado, here we go. I introduce you guys. Here's Coach. We're going to call him Coach tonight because that's his name. He totally took out the Dominic. And he stuck with Coach tonight. So we are going to go with Coach. All right. How are you today?
I'm good.
Tonight.
I'm good. I'm great. Thank you.
How you feeling?
You for having me.
Oh, pleasure is all mine. Pleasure is all mine. Tell us something about yourself.
I mean, first and foremost, that was a great introduction. You already have me blushing. That is, if I'm correct, that is how we met.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun little vibe. Just learning about you through fitness and things like that. A little bit about me. Born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, raised in Kenosha. I'm the son of two teachers. I have a twin sister. And I also have two little boys named Zane and Zayden. Been in the fitness field for about 20 years now. Started in college. Went to college to get my degree in athletic training and then switched over to exercise science and nutrition. And that is pretty much what catapulted me to where I am today. So
excellent. What school did you go? What college? Where did you get your degree from?
I went to Concordia University of Wisconsin.
Oh, I mean, right. If it ain't no Michigan school, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. I guess that's a cool college.
So, fun fact: my twin sister is a Michigan State graduate.
Yay! Sound like her.
Yes.
Bring her on. Where's she at? Get you off.
She's back in
Bring her
Wisconsin.
on.
She's back in Wisconsin.
Good. Awesome. Awesome. Now, in college, you said you studied what again?
Exercise science.
Now, what made you? Now, was fitness always a part of your life so that by the way time you got to college, you knew what to study? Was that it? Or how
So,
did you end up studying that particular
so
area?
I've always been active. I was a multi-sport athlete growing up, even in college. But how I started was, you know how when you played sports in high school, you always had the person that taped your ankles, the athletic trainer.
Oh, yes.
So I was always in the training room, and I was fascinated by that. So I was like, oh, I can go to, I didn't know what I wanted to really go to school with. I was just like, all right, I'm going to school to either play baseball or football. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. You know, every kid think they're going pro. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, athletic training seems pretty cool. So my athletic trainer was actually our strength and conditioning coach, and he also worked for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay.
So he pretty much took me under his wing, and that is what I figured I was going to go to school for. Because at the end of the day, once I learned about that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. And I thought athletic training and personal training at the time were the same thing. So I was
No.
I was like, I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna become Oprah Winfrey's trainer because she's gonna find me.
But you know what?
That's
I'm not laughing
that's
because
what
I
no,
had
I
the
know.
same. I mean,
That's
turn her to the stars. Like, when
that,
did I get to Hollywood? It's gonna be
that's what
on
I
and
thought was
popping.
gonna happen. That's what I thought. So I never met Oprah. That didn't happen.
Yet.
Um, right, right. Got my degree and then started. I started off working with high performance tennis youth athletes. That
Mm-hmm.
worked on that stage, and then I did some personal training and development of athletes and things like that. That's really how I got started.
That's because you wanted to personal train. No, you was going for athletic training. That's so funny.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, I was going for athletic training to be a sports doctor. So
Sports doc. Okay.
the plan was to do that. And then at the time, with the master's, you could become a physical therapist. That was the
Mm-hmm.
plan. When I graduated, there was actually like a 2 year waiting list. So I was like, I'm going to
2 year
just
waiting list for what?
to get into physical therapy school.
To the program. Okay.
Yes. So with that going on, I was like, I'm going to just personal train. And then since I grew up in teaching, I became a special education teacher's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for 2 years as well. That's kind of how that shifted. Being in the field of teaching, I started training my mom and all of her teaching friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just realized that that was something that I was pretty good at, outside of training athletes, and then that's really how it kicked off. So I've done everything from my mom being my first client, her firing me, to
Mm-hmm.
running women's boot camps, all that type of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
That is awesome. So awesome to hear.
yeah,
And Wilberforce, I actually I went to CMU, and I just knew, I think I had my first trainer. I said this before when I was 17, and I remember saying, I can do this. And how much I know how much money I just paid him. And I know how many clients he got. I just started putting the math together. Like,
right,
he wears what he wants to. He tell us what to do while he sit down and eat. I'm like, this is like, how do I sign up
right,
for 17? And from then on, I was like, I'm going to be a personal trainer. I want to do something in fitness. I just wanted to tell somebody. I just wanted to tell people what to do. And I thought people pay me to tell them what to do. This is like perfect.
right,
So I get it. So when I went to CMU, they had an athletic trainer program. It was too long. I was like, I'm being in college forever.
yeah,
I got to find an alternate. So I ended up studying rehabilitation and promotion, health promotion and rehabilitation, which kind of like a knockoff for physical therapy. And I ran with it and I love it. But with just a personal training certification, I tell people all the time, you can do so much with that.
right.
That avenue can open up to this, that, and the other, but you have to get a basic certification training.
Yes,
And that's
yes,
for people who don't want to go to college.
right.
Who don't want to go to college. Now, I have to ask you a question. Being a trainer who went to college, did you feel that you needed college for what you're doing now, or could you've done it with just studying certifications? You get what I'm saying?
So there's layers to that. Where we are now, I feel like you don't have to go to college,
Hmm.
but I feel like it gives you the upper hand because it does, to me, make you look more credible, more like
Yeah.
that expert. Because like for you with the rehab specialist and me with athletic training, look at the classes that we took. Like we learned how to, read EKGs. We learned how
Right.
to palpate. We did cadaver labs.
I
We
did a cadaver lab.
You get what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
your average trainer, like this day and age, I mean, you can get certified in 6 weeks if you online
You
per se, if you do it that way. But
you right.
that doesn't mean you know how to work with people. Like what if you're a complete ass? What if you don't like people?
True.
So for me, I felt having that college degree, being a black man in the field, I thought it did matter. Yes.
Hmm.
Because even today, for me, I used to go to, back in the day, and that's crazy to say, but I used to go to all of the workshops and the seminars, like the Perform Betters, the Club
Okay.
Industries. And you would go to these breakouts and conferences, and you'd see all the speakers on stage, or you would see the little pamphlet of the experts. But
Hmm.
how come out of 35 people, one of the experts was African American or a person of color?
But it's like that. It's still like that to this day, though.
Exactly. But when you look at the things that come behind their name, you saw bachelors, masters,
This, that,
CSCS, this, that,
comma,
and the
this,
third.
comma,
And I
that, comma.
and so I went down the rabbit hole of pretty much getting a lot of advanced education, a lot of different credentials and certifications.
Hmm.
I feel like the college route that way made me more ready than it is just for personal training now.
Exactly.
Because now everybody is a hobbyist trainer, but everybody's main focus is weight loss. What if your goal is not weight loss? What
Yeah.
if you what if you have multiple sclerosis?
Hmm.
Right? What if you have no arms? I've worked with people with no arms and no legs. Your basic personal trainer probably is going to be like, oh, that's not what I want to do. But what if that's your calling, to
Yeah.
work with those type of people? So I always looked at it like, how educated can I be so I have most of the answers and nobody can tell me no. And I don't have to tell somebody no. Because at the end of the day, we may be that person that is truly changing somebody's life. I don't think I would have got that if I wouldn't have went to college.
If you feel like you feel like you're not where you are, you couldn't be where you are if you didn't go to college.
Correct.
But it's people out there who are where you are with no college.
Very true. And if you look at the numbers, most for the ones that did go to college, the degree wasn't in the field. Most of the good educated trainers, their degree is in business
Hmm.
because
That's so,
they're able to merge the business and the fitness.
I minored in business administration. Crazy and
I,
coaching.
I'll have my master's in May.
Somehow the two go together. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but
I'll
it
have my
does.
master's in May in sports management and business.
Congrats.
So it's hit or miss. Do you have to go to college? No. Does it help you out? I think on a personal level, it does.
Big
But I
time.
also know for certain jobs, this day and age, they're not going to take you if you don't have that education, because that
Hmm.
education also shows that you're vested actually in what you're doing.
But I also believe people with a college education in the fitness realm, because college, you dig a lot deeper
Yes.
than a program
Yes.
that's online, where you, like you said, you get a certification. You said 6 weeks. They're doing this now in like 4 weeks,
I know.
like in a month. And then the test is open book. So it's not like you really have to study. So I do kind of agree with you. If I was in a room with somebody who was your stature, college educated in the fitness realm, as opposed to some person who just got the certification with 1,000, with 1 million followers, I probably go towards the person who is
Right.
college educated. It's because you dive deeper, so much deeper into the body, as opposed to a 2 week program.
Yeah. And then like I said, like you can do more with that. You know, you can climb that ladder. You may have to, it may take you longer to climb it than it is
Mhm.
the people now that, you know, just have a great set of abs and
Yeah.
ass, but you're going to get looked, you're going to get looked at in a completely different way.
I
That's
agree.
just, you know,
Now, what is your exact line of work and what do you do? Let's talk about
my,
that.
my exact line of,
This is really what I want to get into because, like I said, you guys, I follow him and I watch him comment. It's like, this dude, I promise you, you don't even know it, but that's one of the reasons why I want to bring you on. I'm like, this dude is he knows everything.
yeah,
He
I
knows a
don't,
lot.
I don't,
You do.
I'm,
You know a lot more than the average trainer. And I'm gonna highlight Aaron's. I was talking to Aaron yesterday, and another man who's just a wealth of information and cares about what they do.
yeah, most definitely.
So what is your line of work? What is your title and what do you do?
What is my title? Uh, I feel like my title is like I'm a fitpreneur. You know,
Okay.
I've done everything from the full-time in-person trainer, the part-time trainer who worked at Amazon, other locations, certain things I'm not going to name, but I am a health and human performance specialist.
Hmm.
Most of what I do now is all done online. I kind of have the availability now to choose who and when I want to train people in person. And primarily, the ones that I train in person right now are going to be your athletes.
Okay.
Let it be your youth athletes, your college or your professional levels, or specific cases of your general population client. But a lot of what I do, primarily nutrition coaching, um, in the aspect of women with menopause, PCOS, gut health issues, things like that. And then also those that just want program design and general health. I do it all pretty much online. So my title, uh, I mean, if you want to keep it basic, personal trainer, but I mean, I'm really a strength and performance coach. That's
Okay,
what I
that's your title then. Your strength
yeah.
and performance coach.
I feel like for what I've done and the internships that I've done and traveling across the world and going to different countries to do this, anybody can be a personal trainer.
Hmm.
Everybody can't do what you, myself, and Aaron do. There's a difference.
It's a difference
Any
between personal training and coaching.
yes, I believe so.
Um, I
I
believe so
believe so.
too. What do you believe is the main difference? Because you got to think personal training is still personal. Personal training, one on one. So you're
Right.
one on one with your client. But coaching is personal training. It's nutrition.
Yes.
It's mental. It's spiritual. It's financial.
Yes.
Coaching is. I think coaching is the well being of the person.
Right.
Personal training is come on, I'm train you for an hour, blah blah blah, and bye.
Right.
I like to check on my clients' well being, mentally, they're stable. That's to me, that's the difference in
Yes.
personal training and coaching. What do
And
you
you're
do? You
not
agree?
gonna yeah, I totally. And you're not gonna know to do that unless you have that higher level of education
Mm-hmm.
or you're just a good human being.
Yeah,
Most trainers just train.
yeah,
Most trainers, as we know, don't know nutrition. That's one chapter. It's like three fucking pages,
yeah.
right? Most of them, for instance, like I teach Group X. I've taught it since I started. I've
Mm-hmm.
I've taught everything from CrossFit, Alpha at Lifetime, GTX, Animal Flow, all those type of different things. Most personal trainers don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can grab a boot camp and do random shit, but
Right.
is it actually programmed correctly? Things like that. And from the strength and conditioning aspect, you have to learn programming and periodization, right? So with you
Mm-hmm.
being going from bodybuilding, right, which is one level, to
Yeah.
powerlifting, your programming is based off of macro, micro, and mesocycles.
Yes, it is.
And like I tell people, if the average general population person trained or had programs built like that, in true periodization, they would get better results faster.
I agree.
Like, it still amazes me today that most people don't know what tempo is.
Tempo.
They just go to the gym and they just do stuff. They just
People, or
lift
they
it
go
up
to the
and
gym without a. I don't see how people go to the gym without a program.
I mean,
I
every
don't see this
most people
blind. How you just go to the gym and blindly walk around?
right. I
I
mean,
don't get it.
every person, they say they know their bodies, but you don't.
You don't. I
You know,
agree.
like, I myself have a coach that I invest in that helps me with my training and nutrition. Because I'm spending so much time working with everybody else, his other eye allows me to have to work on things that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
You know, structural balance, your imbalances, your conditioning, things like that. And when you work with people that just know more than you have no choice but to get better.
Yes.
You know, I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
I've studied under so many big name industry people. Like, it's just what I've learned under people that I'm not the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I agree. I agree. My pastor always says, if you're the smartest one in your circle, you need a new circle. You
And
need a new one.
I've had to shift circles a lot of times, not because I'm the smartest person in the room, but because that's what's perceived.
Yes.
You know, because there's still a lot I don't know. I'm not a power lifter. Can I write
Hmm.
you a program and train you for that, this, that, and the third? Sure. But if I was gonna really do that, I'm probably going to go to Aaron, right? Or I'm going to Leslie. But
Yeah.
also, most trainers these days aren't gonna do that because they feel like, oh, well, this is my client, this is my money. No, if you really care about your craft, have a Rolodex of experts, give those people off, or figure out a way where
Yeah.
y'all can work as a collective.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I even do it myself. I just recently had somebody, and she was an experienced power lifter. Very got some time under her belt, and I can, like I said, I'm a power lifter, but I'm not the best at coaching it. So I can write a program. I know what my weaknesses are, and I know what my strengths are. So
Right.
even being a coach, if there's something that I'm just not the greatest at, I'm not taking people's money because I'm a coach and I'm just gonna figure it out. If I don't have the answers, I can't. It'll be better for me to push you to somebody else. And this was a girl, like I said, she had a lot of experience under her belt. She was having problems in certain areas in the powerlifting that I just couldn't answer because I'm still learning
Right.
as a power lifter and turning into a powerlifting coach. It's just things that I just don't know. So I don't have it, and I'm not going to be able to help you now because I'm still learning, and
Right.
I'm not afraid to admit that because I'd rather push you away because it's going to hurt you to stay with me when I don't know everything, and you need the experience. So
100%.
I ended up sending her to my coach because, of course, I could have taken her money, but what is it going? What it does me more harm. I don't want to see people hurt, injured, giving you false information because I want your dollar. All
And,
dollar ain't
and
all money ain't good money.
and that is my biggest thing. Like, I'll turn clients away in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And
I don't want to train everybody. I'm not going to train everybody because I'm the type of person, I'm putting my all into you. I can't want it more than you want it.
exactly.
You know, and so many people are afraid to shift that. And then
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing is there's so many people out there just getting bullshit training programs
Getting cookie
saying
cutter
what you
diets, cookie cutter
yes,
plans.
yes, you can go to Chat GPT and type some stuff up. That doesn't mean you can apply it.
That's true.
Yes, you can go to YouTube and do somebody's 15-minute hit workout, but you're doing hit, but you're not sleeping and your cortisol is jacked up and you're wondering why your visceral fat's 27 and your body fat's 52.
He preaching in here, y'all, tonight. I hope y'all got a pen and paper. Y'all listening?
You know, there's so much to it that people don't understand.
Yeah, I agree.
And they want to. A lot of people just want to say that they're doing something, and that's like you're sacrificing movement for an achievement that you're not really getting.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're spinning your wheels for 12 months when we could have did this in 6.
Yeah.
And then I could have let you go, or you could have let that person go.
Mm-hmm.
There's I mean, we're in some of those groups, and there's so much I want to say. Like
That is particularly why I'm like, oh, Aaron gonna answer that one. I'm not Aaron. Dominic gonna answer that. I'll just wait. I'm
but I
for real
hope,
because a group full of trainers and coaches who have no clue.
but
The
and that
things that
shows, but that shows you also who is really coaching people, who's really working with people, or
Mhm,
who's just there to say they do something.
mhm,
Because for me, especially in some of these groups, because I'll admit I moderate some of these groups. I'm not, I never called myself an expert. So let's just say that. But secondly, as a moderator and as a labeled expert, if you're a new trainer or whatever, how many years, if you're 1 to 3 years, you're new, even more. But it's
yes.
like, if you're gonna just say some stuff that's not valid, you have to be called out on that because you are doing a detriment to what you're supposed to be doing as a fitness professional. But that's why I say there's a difference between a fitness professional and a
Mhm.
personal trainer. Because most people are just doing this for a hobby. Oh, I look good, I got in shape. Well,
I
Summer,
lost a whole bunch of weight, and now they all of a sudden they writing plans, but the plans that they're writing is what their coach gave them,
yes.
and they're reselling these plans and making money.
Like
Money.
people message me and send me like, oh, I got this program, what you think? Or I got this meal plan, what
Hmm.
you think? And I'd be like, you send me the program to ask me what I think, but you didn't want to reach out to me to ask me what I think, but then you don't want to actually try to work with me or have me find somebody that I
Hmm.
would vouch for and have work with you. Like I do that all the time.
So
But
somebody
it's
brings you another coach's program
yes.
to make.
And I just be like, okay, how do I do this nicely so I don't sound like an asshole,
Hmm.
but also give that person some benefit of the doubt that they really don't know what's going on. Like this is I don't care if you spend $50 or $300 a month. That's still somebody's money.
True.
Now I will say, majority of people that put more skin in the game,
Hmm.
right? They care more about the product that they're receiving. That's just
Okay.
business. That's just business 101.
Hmm.
If you write me a program for $250 a month compared to $25, I'm gonna look at that a little differently. But that's what most people see. Oh, this girl with the booty and the bands, she got these $25 workout programs with a meal plan.
For $25 and selling like hotcakes.
Come on.
Selling like hotcakes. I went to a fitness influencer. I was wrong. I know probably knew I was wrong for this, but because I had to me, I had to see why she was selling these programs. Like what was so her nutrition program was selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm gonna purchase one. I want to see what did this thing look like and I purchased it. It was like $37. I was like, whatever. When I got this plan, Dominic, at best, because it don't take me much. I think I've done a nutrition thing. 800 calories. Oh, okay, I'm over exaggerating. 950,
That's crazy.
and it was literally like 9, 10 lines. The whole program, like
Yeah,
meal
look.
one, meal two, meal. And I was saying when I downloaded it, I said, "This is what she's selling."
And part of you wants to be, and you just sit there, you're like, dang,
I almost,
she
I
she
almost
banking
inboxed
though.
her and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm a fitness. I like to say I'm just a coach. I'm just a fitness coach." And I had some questions. I started to, but then I didn't, because it was going to lead me to telling her the truth. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to come off. But this program was under 1,000 calories. 10 lines on the paper, just on regular paper too. It wasn't like
Right.
$37. So she got my $37.
So
And that
just
was just
imagine,
it.
and she probably getting 100 of them a day, while we over here doing the Lord's work, trying to
Taking
do
me,
right.
I just wrote a nutrition program for somebody. I mean, it took me almost 48 hours.
Yes,
One person
I
to
worked
get everything right, numbers, macronutrients. It took time.
when I lived in Washington State, and I was the director of nutrition and performance at a facility. I literally worked under a dietitian for 2 weeks on how to track, write meal plans, this, that, and the third. Like, just so, because that was how she ran her business. So
Hmm.
I legit learned how to write them. That takes time.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something you can just write up in 3 minutes.
Is this cookie cutter? They're already made. So as soon as you buy it, it's like download. Okay, send it to that person. Send it to that person. And that's probably one of the things I just hate about the fitness world right now.
Yes.
Everything is cookie cutter. Everything is microwave. Nobody takes the time to actually take care of their client. It's just
Yeah.
you paying a certain amount of money. I expect this, that, and the other. If I'm paying you all this money and all am I getting is 10 lines on a piece of paper and just nothing. Like,
And the crazy thing is, like, a good coach is going to ask you, what do you expect from them? Most clients, most people can't answer that. Like, there was a time, like, my coach is Ed Williams. He's a Poliquin level 5, I think. If you look that up, he's up there.
mm-hmm,
He's a very well-renowned coach. There was a time where we did a check-in call for, like, might have been an hour and a half. I think
mm-hmm,
the first minute was about fitness. He literally wanted to know how I was doing
yeah,
as a black man,
mm-hmm,
you know? And that meant more to me that day than any workout, any conditioning program, any meal plan could ever.
yeah,
Because we don't check on those things. And I try to tell people, like, I can write you the perfect plan. But if your life at this time doesn't align with that, your life, your stress, your sleep, your hormones,
it's to no
it's
avail.
not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I tell people, like, yeah, you want these 30-day plans, but what is this 30-day plan going to do for you if you don't sleep?
Well, you
What
said
is
it.
this
I was just thinking it.
what is this 30-day plan going to do for you if you've got, SIBO or other gut health issues, or you're going through your menopause? What is that going to do for you? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the average person they don't want to hear that, hey, like, okay, you want to lose 15 pounds? Okay, that might take you 6 months
Yeah.
because of all that you have going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
I try to tell people, like, you might say, hey, Dom, I got a trip in 12 weeks. I need to be in fat loss. Okay, cool. Send me 5 days of everything that you've been eating and what you're eating now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your average calories is 1,000. Yeah, we can't go to fat loss.
You already at 1,000. How much lower can you get besides fasting for the next
Exactly.
4 months?
Exactly. So now we have to go back to metabolic adaptation. We got to put you in maintenance for a while or somewhere close to it, and then possibly bring you back down. But
Mm-hmm.
people don't. Everybody wants to be. See, I'm about to go off.
Don't
Try.
go
I'm
on.
also.
I
And
mean,
I'm
well,
also trying. I'm
go
also
ahead.
trying not to cuss.
Go ahead. The room. It's
Everybody
this your
wants to
time to
be
shine.
like. Everybody wants to be in a calorie deficit right now, because
Yes, everybody.
that's the buzzword.
Well, wait, not right now because it's wintertime. Now everybody's
You're
balking
right.
right now.
Everybody's balking now.
Everybody's balking
One,
right now.
I hate those two words.
Terms.
I hate cutting
I
and
hate
bulking.
balking and I hate tone.
Yeah, because here's my thing. We as a people, right? I feel like every man and woman at some point in their life should know what it's like to have the optimal leanness that they can get to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yes, that is dropping body fat, getting as strong as they've ever been,
Mm-hmm.
right? Through a true strength and conditioning program, right? Not just good work, not just good blood work, but optimal blood work,
Mm-hmm.
right? That means, a good insulin level, proper insulin sensitivity, right? Your A1C at certain levels, right? Your sleep at certain levels. Like, everybody's so focused on losing weight that they're
Yeah.
forgetting about getting healthy.
Yeah.
And I tell most people, okay, there's 12 months in a year. If you took the proper average person, if you took the proper 9 months to get your health in order and actually get strong, you
Mm-hmm.
could do a 12-week fat loss phase and do some pretty good work.
Yeah. And 12 weeks is a lot of time to do some damage if you're serious and committed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're in the right place,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody wants to do all this drastic stuff, and it's not necessary if you are coming from the right place.
Okay.
But most people are so scared to be in maintenance because, oh my God, I gotta eat carbs. Like,
That's a whole nother kind of carbs is a whole nother show by
yes.
itself.
So there's just so much, and I don't even want to say there's so much wrong with the fitness industry. It's just you can be a there can be, and there are people out there that are experts in this, and regular people will tell them what they're telling them is wrong
Mm-hmm.
because it's not what they want to hear.
Right. It's
So
not what
I
people want to hear.
my biggest thing is figuring out how do we fix that, because this is a great field and a great industry to be in.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people say they want something, they really don't want to do the work for it.
No, they want me to do the work, so they want me to go to the gym for them,
Yes,
want me to lift the weights, and then give them my body.
but
I
look
mean,
at the
for the
work.
right price, I probably would. For the
But look at the
for the right
work
price,
that
I
you
switch bodies with you.
look at the work that you put in to get
Yeah,
to get where you are.
and
And
the years of
yes,
work isn't this ain't no 5, 6, 7 months. This is 20 plus years. I tell people that ain't my clients. I had one client that I seen her Thursday, and she came and she said, "Okay." I looked in the mirror and I was like, "I haven't seen any changes yet." I said, "We've only been working together. This is only your fourth session with me." I said, "How long did it take you to gain the weight you gained?" She
what you
said,
say?
"She's like, what are you trying to say?" I said, "Because just as long as sometimes it took you to gain that weight, which took probably years, that doesn't mean it's going to take you years to lose it,
Right.
but it's not going to take 5 sessions. You're not going to see a difference in 5 sessions. It takes time.
Time.
It takes time." People are like, "Oh, how do you get hamstrings?" Like, you know how many years I've been doing deadlifts to develop some nice, solid hamstrings? It took years of consistency and dedication. Does not happen overnight. But we
Yeah.
live in that microwave generation that we want to, like I said, put our body in the microwave, and 2 minutes later we want to come out like Beyonce. It's just not going to happen.
I spoke to a lady earlier this week, and we had spoken in the past. She had asked me some questions, and I gave her, feedback or whatever. She was like, "I need your help," and I'm like, "Cool, what's up?" She was like, "Well, I changed my eating up 2 weeks ago, and the scale went down when I was just doing cardio." I was like, "Okay, cool." She was like, "But this week, for the last 7 days, I've been doing 3-hour workouts every day. Why is the scale?" I said, "What?" I said, "You've been doing what? 3-hour
3 hour
workouts?"
workouts.
I'm like, your body is probably going into shock,
Tired.
trying to hold on to anything that it can. And you telling me
Mm-hmm.
you're tired, you're not eating a lot. So what do you expect to happen? Three
I can
hours?
imagine if she's working out 3. I can imagine what her diet is. What her diet look like.
But
Probably nothing.
everybody eat clean.
What's your definition of clean?
I had to get away from that word because it's like broccoli is considered a healthy food.
Mm-hmm.
But for who? If you don't digest that well, broccoli's not good for you,
Sure isn't.
right? Some
Me.
people can some people can eat eggs. Eggs is also a very intolerant food. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have an intolerance to eggs.
Right.
Same with different fruits, different vegetables, but most people don't know that because they don't dive that deep. So to
Mm-hmm.
me, what clean foods are foods that don't cause inflammation to you.
Right.
And that is going to be specific to each individual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care whether you're vegan, keto, carnivore, or whatever. Everybody has their own specifics.
Yeah.
So for me, that's clean eating is the foods that you can eat that don't give you gas, don't give you bloating, and
Mm-hmm.
and make you feel good.
Yeah. I
You
was telling
know,
somebody the other day I had to back off sweet potatoes. Really good for you, but they're not good for me.
right?
I get the worst gas. Sweet potatoes. I had to pull them out of my diet. And that just
Yeah,
happened like this recently. But like you said, great food, good food, but that doesn't mean it's good for everybody.
right. And most people don't take the time to find those. They're like, oh, I took them off for 2 days. You might need to take them off for 3 months
Mm-hmm.
so you can really see.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody wants the basic chicken, broccoli, and white rice meal plan.
Because that's the plan to help you lose weight. That's
Right.
to drop that body fat. Chicken and broccoli. If all else fails, chicken and broccoli will get you there. Now,
And then
what do
they
you
get
feel like? Go ahead.
go ahead. I was gonna say, then they get mad because they got to eat chicken. Well, if you were working with a if you were working with a good coach, if you don't like chicken, they're not gonna put chicken on
Nope.
your
Nope.
program,
Nope.
right? Because
I
at the
tell
end
my
of the day,
clients, you tell me the things that you absolutely will not eat. It will not be in your plan.
because at the end
If
of
you
the
just,
day, the food you eat is what's gonna be on there.
yeah,
Like that's one of the most basic things. But
as I said,
$37 you can do a
$37, you
lot.
can get whatever you want to. That's why I don't like people to this day. Like some of y'all, but not all, not all y'all.
You're
like
funny.
people, like people. As a fitness coach, expert, whatever, what do you feel like give me two of your biggest fitness myths and why you think they are false? I'm just gonna give you an example of mine. I feel like all this I shouldn't eat after 7 is a crock of BS to me. I
So
should eat I shouldn't eat after 7. I eat carbs. I think it's a crock of BS.
so I'll go off of that, right? If you work out in the evening, you may need to eat after 7, right? If you work late, you may have to eat after 7. If your goal is fat loss, weight loss, whatever, better sleep, you may have to eat after 7. Now, if you have issues in those hours before 7, then yes, right? We may have to stop you from eating after
Now
7.
give one
Not
example of those issues. Beef, like you said, if you have
you
issues
are
before 7.
you're
One
okay.
example.
You are a chronic snacker and overeater.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, we may have to stop you from eating past 7. Not
Mm-hmm.
because carbs change at 7:01 or protein
Right.
does anything different or anything like that. We just need to help you create better habits.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we may tell you to stop eating at 7 o'clock. Also,
Okay.
because if you're going to bed at 10 or 11, right, you want your digestion to be regulated roughly about 3 hours before you go to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because your hormones still have their roles. And insulin and cortisol, they're going to do different things in your sleep if you're digested or if you're not digested.
Okay.
If you go to bed on a full stomach, you may have some gastrointestinal issues.
Mm-hmm.
So there, it may be better to stop eating 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. That's person dependent.
Oh, now would you say, okay, so I just threw out 7, but for somebody with GI problems and they need to digest food before bed, what would you say would be the cutoff time? Just say, because I just said 7. Okay, I'll just use me for an example.
What
If I'm
time do you
having
go?
problems,
What time do
just
you
say
go to bed?
I go to bed, like honestly, like right now, as
Yeah,
soon as we done with this, but
yeah. So for
8:30,
instance,
8:39, it's a wrap for me.
okay. So for instance, I still have not eaten dinner, right? Because I'm doing this.
Hmm.
So dinner is going to be light. It's going to be fish and vegetables,
Okay.
right? That's still it's lighter on the digestive system for
Hmm.
me, and then it should give me enough time before I go to bed. But for somebody like you, it may be like, because you said you go to bed about 8:39. It may be 6:37. Now that may not work every day because of your lifestyle.
Nope.
Right? You may have to push it to 7:30, 8, things like that. All those little things matter, right? But that's why the food quality and the food pairings for you is what's going to matter. That's just like a lot of people can look at, let's say people want a late night snack, right? Some of them might be like, oh, I'm going to have fruit. Fruit might be good for Dominic before bed, but for you, it can cause GI distress.
Yeah.
People don't think of those things because you don't know what you don't know.
Right. I agree.
And I even had to learn that in higher level nutrition classes. Right. So for you, I would say 6:37 if you could. But I also know you have a son.
Yeah.
He may not want to eat till later, and you might want to eat with him. So you may have to eat something lighter.
Yeah, for sure.
But that all depends. Maybe if you know what your work day is going to be like, you can navigate and front load your protein or things like that.
Right.
But if you have gut health issues, we got to get to the root cause of that first.
Of the gut health issues before we start getting into, I ain't eating at 7 because I ain't trying to eat them carbs.
Right. Because it doesn't make a difference.
I agree.
It really doesn't.
Doesn't make a difference.
I hate to go here, but same with intermittent fasting.
Don't knock it. Don't knock it.
No, I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not against it. Not against it. I've done it for years. I did it in the past.
I'm actually doing it now, so
I do it to levels now. But most people don't even read or look at the new research. Like there are newer studies that say it's pretty much better to eat breakfast.
Okay.
And then fast for your lunch and your dinner.
Yeah.
Or eat your breakfast, eat your lunch, and fast your dinner. Right? There's nothing wrong with it, but people take that dogmatic approach to it.
Yeah.
Like you're fasting, but you're eating like crap when you do eat.
When your window's open, you just eating. You don't even care.
Exactly. And it also shows people's emotional relationship with food. That's where people are going wrong with it.
Yeah.
I eat like crap, so I got to fast. That's not fixing the problem.
It's not. I think the problem is much more deeper than food. It could be an emotional. It could be financial why people are eating the way they're eating. I like to dig deep. That's what consultations are for. And every personal trainer needs to be asking these questions before they take clients on. Not just saying, yeah, I got you. How much you charge? Okay, just cash app. And I want to know what is the reason why we are here.
So what you just said is a whole topic about a person eating the way they eat based on finances. People don't talk about socioeconomic issues when it comes to food.
They don't.
That's huge.
It's huge.
Have to eat the way that they eat because of that.
Finances. Yep.
Some people got to eat canned vegetables and bagged vegetables and things like that. Like that's a reality.
Yes.
Especially in the Black community. That's a whole topic right there.
It's a great topic.
It is.
It's a great topic that we need to talk about because it's a lot of people out here that can only eat what they can afford.
Yes.
And everything is not organic. Everything is not, you know what I mean?
Which doesn't necessarily matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's another thing.
People ask me all the time, you eat organic food. No, just eat.
No.
Just eat.
It doesn't make, I know people are going to be like, oh, it makes me feel better. Does it make you feel better? Or are we really looking at more of a placebo effect? Because you're worried, oh, food over here in America is so bad. If you're not going over to another country, shut up.
How would you know?
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, people like, oh, I got to eat organic berries. That's like a 0.1% difference. It's not that big of a deal when our problem as a society is we're under muscled. People don't eat enough protein and we don't move enough. But people don't.
You have a bad relationship with food. You got a bad relationship with food and you eat vegan. What's the difference? You still gonna have a bad relationship with your vegan food.
Come on now. I grew up on honey buns, frosted flakes, all of that. Like I know.
Yeah.
I don't just be making stuff up. Like
right. I've been there. Yeah. I can relate.
I just get viewed differently. Like I have my moments. I go to the gas station sometimes and grab donuts. Like, I'm human.
Not donuts, but I do grab some popcorn.
You know, so it's like
Hey.
it's this is deeper than what people really see it
Mm-hmm.
as. But most people won't have these conversations because nobody wants to be wrong.
Yes.
Especially in our Black fitness community. That's a big thing that I notice. You can't
Mm-hmm.
have these deeper intellectual conversations. Because
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, okay, so we're talking about this, but now how do we work on this as a collective?
Right. As a community, how do we work on it? Because it's really bad in our community. Really, really, like really bad. But
Yeah,
we'll
and
get there.
you don't get that or see that in other communities.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little, not like how ours is. You
And
know,
why is that? I wonder.
I don't know.
We have to go to the ends
But
of the earth to figure
but
that one
that is
out.
that is why you and I and people like Aaron, right? We're trying to lead from the front and be the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we can continue to do is do the work that we feel we're gifted to do.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes to nutrition, coaching, helping people believe in themselves on a level that they didn't have, I feel like I have a gift.
Yeah.
As many times as I've tried to run from the fitness industry, because I've had a lot of downs trying to make this work, and I've had a lot of goods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just try to do
And
I just try to do my part.
you ain't running. I mean, this is your gift, brother.
I mean, it's
It's your
it's
gift.
clicking, it's clicking now.
It ain't click. It clicked already. I don't think you noticed it clicked. I mean, you because I think because it's you, but watching you from the outside looking in, you got it. I mean, if I had to pull a circle together of people, you know what I'm saying? You just keep your close knit circle of fitness people that you can refer to. You
Yeah,
definitely be one. You definitely be one of them because it has. And I tell clients all the time it's gonna click for you. It clicked for you already, Dom, and you don't even know it.
I
You're,
appreciate
you're
that
excellent in what you do. I don't think you know that you're
because I don't
excellent.
I don't always feel like that. Like, if we want to keep it transparent, like, I'm one of those coaches that is a divorced father. Like,
What does
trying
that have to do with it?
no, I'm just saying, like, there were times where I was like, okay, if I get out of the industry and do other things, life would be different or be better.
Hmm.
So I'm just bringing, like, things full circle. Like, I appreciate you for how you view me.
Hmm.
I didn't always view myself like that until later in life, until I got older and saw they're like, yo, like, you have a gift,
Hmm. You
and
do.
that's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why I don't like bullshit. That's why when
Hmm.
people post stuff in certain groups, my posts are how they are, because I sit and think, like, okay, how do I say this nicely?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because that's not how I want to say it. That's not how I said it in my
But
head. But
I think sometimes you just gotta be honest with people. You just sometimes you don't you can't be nice because people gonna take that for granted.
right, you're right.
You have to be straight forward. With some people, you just gotta be sis,
Oh,
that ain't gonna
definitely,
happen. That ain't gonna
definitely.
happen, sis. I'm sorry. You can go anywhere, you can find somebody else, you can pay all the money in the world. You're not losing 30 pounds in 9 weeks. You're not
Yeah,
doing it. You're not
yeah.
doing it.
And
And
it's
I'm gonna
it,
be honest
it's
with you and tell you that.
and it's crazy to me that some people, trainers, this, that, and the third, will tell people that it blows my mind, because now you're potentially hurting somebody. And I like to tell, like, people, like, if you're a trainer, this, that, and the third, what if you injured somebody and had to end up in a court of law? How would you justify what you had that client do or that person do? Like, I've
Hmm.
I've worked with people that, like, their clients worked out, went home, and died. And the family tried to put that on that trainer. Luckily, luckily he had documentation of everything that he did for the past 6 months.
That's good. That's good.
But that's how you got to look at it. What is the Hippocratic law of oath, or whatever that's called?
Hmm.
It's the same thing in a court of law. Like, if you're a lawyer or a judge, this is technically not the medical field, but you're on that same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you have a client do this, that, third exercise and they break their ankle, how do you justify that in the court of law? That's how I
Mm-hmm.
always try to look at things when it comes to programming, what I give people, what I talk about, how I maneuver stuff, because you never know how somebody's going to respond.
Mm-hmm. You never know. You right. You never know. Just side off that comment you just made. I had a client who I trained. I can't remember I might get the days mixed up. Just say it was a Monday. Wednesday morning, I got a call from her husband and said she had a heart attack last night and she won't be coming back. And I was like, but the first thing I thought was, what in the heck did I do? Like, I gotta, like, if you, in my mind, I never told anybody this, but I thought this for weeks. If her husband tries to say that I was the cause of this, what am I going to do? But thank God when I do my consultations on Zoom, they're recorded. So I still have all my
Yeah.
recordings. Like she let me know that she had a heart disease, that type of thing. And I told her pretty much how the program would look. Heart disease runs in my family. So I was trying to get all my information together
Right.
because stuff like that can happen.
Yes.
If her husband really wanted to be nasty about it and just operating out of hurt, he could have blamed me for it. Like, you're responsible for that because the next day she passed away.
Yeah.
I was
I
it hurt. I was torn up.
Look, I've had clients have strokes in front of me. I had a client, what did she have? She had a seizure and then something else. She did a like a mountain walking marathon and she didn't tell me that till after the fact. So we're working out. She's doing chest flies, and she's literally like, "Dom, I can't see you. I'm right in front of her." And I'm like, "What?" Yeah, she was going into like respiratory failure. Had to call 911. I had one client. Um, he was he was a cocaine addict.
No
Had
way.
a he had a he had a heart attack while working out
What, in front of you?
with his wife, with his wife. And the good thing was that he had it at the gym and didn't have it at home because she never would have found out
If he was at home.
because he did it before the workout and the response was different from what it normally was. Yes, I've had to do CPR on clients before. It like you said, like it can get deep. And just think you
Hmm.
have so many people out here just giving people random workouts and stuff.
With no information, no background information about the person you sending it to. You don't know if they're diabetic. I mean, it's just a plethora of information that you just don't know. You just I see a Cash App notification. Here go your program, and
Yeah,
don't care.
because it looks
Like, don't
cool. We're
care.
gonna we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that, or I'm gonna have this person do these sprints, and this person hasn't sprinted since they were 12.
Or maybe never. It's just a lot of stuff, right and right. And this is like I said, this is a great industry. Like, who wouldn't want to be in the fitness?
Love
It's
it.
great, but it's a lot of work, and you need to know what you're doing. You hold when people come to us, they put our lives in their hands. They trust us. They trust. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can cause somebody bodily harm. You can be a detriment to someone.
Yeah, like for it, like one of my biggest moments as a coach is I had the honor of training Michael Vick his last year and a half in the league.
Nice.
My biggest fear was I hope I don't injure this man.
Hmm.
Because it's like you get around pro athletes and things like that, people see them and they want to train them. They want to
Hmm.
show them, oh, I'm the best. This is why you need to be with me. When it really is, okay, how do I help this person have a longer career?
Yeah.
How do I help them feel like a version of themselves they may not have felt like in a while? So it takes a lot. And
Hmm.
that came down to a lot of programming, a lot of thinking, a lot of writing things down and no, this is not going to work today.
Yeah.
So it comes down to things like, yeah, we might have a certain amount of hill sprints today, but his knee's not feeling that well. We
Hmm.
gotta we gotta remove something. We may not sprint
Yes.
that day.
Right.
You know, this might now become a mobility session or recovery. And a lot of people don't understand what it takes at that level.
Mm-hmm.
You're now working with $1 million athletes. So if you got to take,
And you got to be careful with the $1 million athletes.
but that same type of care for the $1 million athlete, we should be taking for the $100 person or the
I
three. You know
agree.
what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
agree. I agree.
You know
I
what I'm saying? But
agree.
most don't. Everything now is for views and likes, which
It's for clicks and views
I
and
love when
right.
people say, like, if Instagram were to go down today and you were a trainer, how would you get clients? How would you be successful? Most people couldn't do it.
I agree. About 90% people couldn't do it.
And
90% of
that's
people.
no
And like I say,
knock.
and I'm not trying to say that I'm the chosen one. I'm not gonna
Right.
say that you're the chosen one. But I just think our passion and drive for what we do sets us apart. And I think when I always tell people, anyway, if somebody contacts me, because I don't mean, besides the little classes and stuff, I don't do a lot of advertising. My
Right.
workouts are pretty just my workouts. I feel my clients every now and then, but when people come to me, it is God ordained. It's God ordained. That means you were supposed to be with me. This is a connection that God did. Nothing I did. So if you're any of my clients who are with me now, and if you're listening, it was God ordained. That's how I feel. Because like I said, it's a billion trainers in the world. God sends certain people to certain people because it's something about you, Dom, that I can't give your client, but you
Right.
can.
And
It's a
vice versa.
gift and vice versa. It's vice versa. So we have to, and trainers out here, we have to be more passionate about what we do and how we coach people
I
because we
wish we could
hold their lives in our hands.
I wish we could, like, even in Detroit, like, it's so, like, spread out. I wish we could come together more
Hmm.
and do more things of, like, a collective. Like, there's no reason that something like this things that we did in these conversations could be a whole educational panel,
Yes.
right? Because, and that's why I was saying earlier, like, I want to help the younger generation not make the same mistakes that I made. You know, not make the same mistakes that you made.
Hmm.
You know, and that's the goal for me, is how do I give back to the younger trainers that are coming up, right? So
Yeah.
they can be just as successful and realize that, like, you can make a career out of this. Like you said,
Yeah.
this is there's yes, you have a personal training cert. You have This is where I say the degree makes a difference, because there's so much more that you could do. If you technically wanted to, you could be a rehab specialist and be training people at the same time.
Hmm. Hmm.
But if you don't have the rehab specialist credentials and
You can't do
degree,
both.
you
Yeah.
just training.
Yeah. So that's when that right. That's when that college education comes in as opposed to just online certification.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been able to do things like at Miami-Dade College. I was one of the health directors for a while. Like, I've been able and been blessed to do those different things and see, like, oh, okay, there is more to this.
Hmm.
So why are people moving like this and like that? And you get to see that.
Yes. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It's such amazing to be a fitness professional.
It is.
It's, when I say
It
it's
is.
especially when, and not even so much when I have clients who has results. You know, that makes you happy too as a coach. Like, yes, we've reached a goal, but it's the clients that come to me and say, I am learning so much from you. That's what I like. Not I lost 15 pounds with you. When they say they've learned from me,
Yes.
when I the excitement and joy, because I believe being a coach, personal trainer, your job is to teach. It's to
Yes.
teach. Not just tell people what to do. You're supposed to educate the next person.
And that's why my mantra is educate, motivate, and inspire. Like, when I worked for Reebok as a world expert ambassador, that was on my little hashtag: educate, motivate, inspire. How do I educate you in the realm of fitness and nutrition
Hmm.
to helping you become the best version of yourself and you no longer need me?
Right.
Right? How do I keep you inspired, right? So that you keep becoming the best version of you, right? And how do I motivate you
Yep.
through my posts, through my conversations, through these podcasts, things like that.
Hmm.
You know, it takes those layers to truly help a person.
It does. I agree.
And like you said, like it's so much more beneficial to hear, hey Dom, hey Leslie, remember the 3 blood pressure medications I was on last year? I'm no longer on them because of you.
Yes. Hmm.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Non-scale victories. Well, I don't care about scale victories. Give me non-scale.
Yes.
Give me non-scale that people they don't celebrate. Because they caught up in that number. Caught up in that number. But it's so much more to it than just the scale.
Yes.
Feeling good. It's
Like
learning.
I have a I have a nutrition client that I'm working with. She's what is Miss Elizabeth? She's 86 years old. She messaged me today and she was like, Dom, we're gonna do this. I've stopped the smoking, this, that, and the third. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I just genuinely appreciate the person that you are because I can tell that you care.
Hmm.
That means the world. And then the
The
fact that
world.
it's like you're 86 and you're doing this,
She stopped smoking.
come on. It's like I look at you on our weekly calls and I'm like, man, you're so you remind me of my grandma, but you're so cool because you don't have that many years left,
Hmm.
but you doing this with me, and you're
Yeah.
telling me keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. You
Yeah.
got this.
See, that's more to it than saying, "Hey, I lost 44 pounds." That's coming, and it's
Exactly.
wonderful.
Exactly.
However, it's those moments that
Yes.
mean the absolute best.
Yes.
The
Now, if I can
absolute
stop
best.
her from going to bingo and her little
Lee, you better leave that woman alone. Let her go
no,
to
because
bingo.
she goes no
She
because she's
drinks.
retired. She goes to brunch every day. Brunch and bingo every.
She been working all her life. She 86 years old. Let that woman live, bro.
It be what she be showing me that she's eating. I'm like I'm like Elizabeth. Was that on the plan? Dominic, it was not, but it tasted good.
Hmm.
But you
Take
gotta love that. You gotta
you.
for
Yep.
somebody like that, you gotta eat the French toast, girl. Go ahead and
Hmm.
eat it. I'm not mad at you.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I think. Now, do you? This is a comment right here from this is from one of my friends in Arizona, Karen Horace. This girl, she's a
No
she used to
idea.
work for me. Yes, she used to
Okay.
work, and I used to
In
be her
Arizona?
manager in Arizona. I used to be her manager when I was in the food industry. And phenomenal person. I know Karen, if you're listening, this girl got a work ethic that is unbelievable, like unbelievable. But she said a comment that most importantly, I care about people. I think that's the reason why I love fitness so much is because I love people. I
Yeah.
care about people. And so not only do I care about people, but I care about your fitness life too. Oh man. I am when people come to me and they serious about this thing, I'm in it to win it with you.
Yes.
And I can spot a BSer from a mile away. Can you?
What? Come on now.
I mean, the minute they open their mouth for consultation, in my mind, I'm thinking, "Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and pass you on. I'm gonna let you talk though, because I know because I'm in it to win it, and I
Yes.
want results. But I can tell people who just now, if you just want to give me your money, you can. But I don't even do that anymore, Don.
No, I'll give
I
you
don't take. I don't take people money. No,
I'll give people their money back.
no. I even had to
If
fire clients before.
if you're gonna stress me, I can't bless you because
Nah,
it's too
I'm
much.
straight.
Especially so many people. Like it's ways to help people. Like I'll tell people all the time. Like you want to do this, that, and the third. Here's my private group.
Hmm.
Here's my group. Start off over here. If you come to me for something, like you can't say you want me to do all this and that and the third, and
Yeah.
you just want tips. Word to the
Hmm.
yes, I will give you the shirt off my back when it comes to this. But you can get tips on Google,
Hmm.
YouTube, all the
Yeah.
other stuff. I'm here trying to get you from point A to B as fast as possible so you
Yeah.
no longer need me.
No longer, and right, no longer need you. I like that
Yes.
because I don't
Now
believe people
I
need
want you to
personal
want
trainers
me
all
at
their
the end of the
life.
day. What you
Yeah,
say?
true. I said because I don't believe this is me. I don't believe like if I had a client, why do you need to be with me for 17 years or
Right.
19, 20 years? I mean,
Right.
if I'm a professional basketball player and whatever, 5 and 6 years on a team, I can see it. But like I said, my job is to bring you on, to educate you, you get your results. I like to educate people so much. So I'm like, are you? How about the fitness field? You know what I mean? Because I'm for real. Because especially when I see people who got the potential that
Yes.
they can do, and they will be great at this, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it because the thing is, we educate one person, that person educates the next person, and the next and next, and we look up. I don't know if it's ever happened. The whole world is healthy.
Yes.
That's how
Have
that's
you?
how I
That'd be
say
dope. That'd be dope though.
it.
Have you had anybody become a trainer that you've
not
worked with?
become a not become a trainer, but I've coached person. She was getting ready to take the test. I not so much talked her
Okay.
into it, but I told her this is something you're good at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
They learn quick. Forgot what she did personally, but she didn't. It was going to be a side thing for it. I don't think she ever ran with it. But yeah, if I see your potential, hmm so
Oh yeah.
I kind of guided her through what a personal trainer does, and told her certain organizations that I would get certified through, something that's credible.
Right.
And she ended up ordering, and we ended up going over some books. I don't really know. I kind of lost contact with her. This was years ago, maybe about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And so I'm just not sure. We lost contact. But yes, I will encourage people to get in the fitness field. Like, leave your
Yeah.
career now. Who cares about that 9 to 5?
Yeah.
This is what you need to be doing. Do you have clients like that?
I do. I've had three people become
Good.
three became trainers, and I had a couple because I was in Miami, so I've had a couple become Zumba instructors back when that was big, and I was like, cool, do that. I'm
Nah.
I'm not I'm not gonna shimmy, but that's all you.
That's
That's
all
all
you.
you. But I love it though because
Hmm.
they take on a whole different personality once they start doing it.
Yes, they
And
do.
it's a beautiful thing.
And they
It
love
is
and they love
it's a
it.
life changing thing.
It is. And I love how they say, I want to help people. I want to help people. I when I say that does my heart wonders, as opposed to I lost 45 pounds. I mean, that's cool and all, but what did you learn? Did you learn
Right.
anything?
Right.
What did you get from this entire experience outside of the number? What did you get? What did you learn? And I like to ask people that because that keeps me on my toes,
Yeah.
pins and needles.
Because now more people are gonna. Oh, you was working with Leslie, and you doing
Hmm.
this now. Oh, this your studio? That's Leslie. Let me go. Now I gotta go follow Leslie. Now I gotta go see who is this woman.
It's a circle. It's a circle. It's a circle of life.
Right.
This fitness thing is a circle of life. All
It
right, I'm going
truly
to
is.
transition. You said, how much? What?
I said it truly is.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, I respect people who work out. I respect people who go to the gym.
Of
Sometimes,
course.
do you do this? Sometimes I just go to the gym and nobody notices but me. But sometimes, like while I'm warming up, sometimes I am just watching. Like, I'm
I'm
so
always
happy these
people
people
watching.
here. I'm
Most
so
of the
happy
time,
they here. Like,
I have my headphones on, but like I won't have my music on,
mm-hmm,
and I just be watching people, and I'd be like, yo, that's what's like.
dope.
There's a lady I've never talked to her at the gym, but I've seen her literally in the past year, body just change, and I
Yeah,
was like, when you started, you was just walking on the treadmill, and it was like 10 minutes at a time because she
yeah.
was a heavier lady, and
Mm-hmm.
now she's taking classes, she's moving more,
See,
and it's just like what, like that's a blessing.
it's a blessing, and I'll just be looking at because my gym is the house. It's DMC has a physical therapy in the back, so we get a lot of people coming, older people coming in for physical therapy, and then so it's a lot of older people. The gym is old, whatever.
Yeah,
But sometimes when I'm like warming up, I'm like, that old lady, she could be on the couch sleep. She could be anywhere. But she's here with her little weights, and she over there with her. One of them got a partner, and they are the cutest couple. They're best friends, but they
yeah.
come in, and they work out, and I'm like, people. Or I look at the guy. One guy I met, he's a DJ, and I'm like, he's a young guy, and I'm like, he just told me one day that I was DJ at 2 o'clock in the morning, but he was there at 8. Like, he could be so many other places, but he takes his health serious, and I rocks with people like that.
That's what's up, though.
I love it. I love it. I go to the gym, and I sit back and I'm like, thank y'all for being here.
Yeah,
Thank y'all for being healthy
yeah.
because it's not hard and it's not easy at the same time. You know what I
Right.
mean? This is a decision that we made to take care of ourselves, and I rock with people who do it.
Most
Not
definitely.
for a competition, not for just because they
Right.
know that it's good for them.
Right.
I
I agree.
rose with people like
100%.
that. I rocks with people like that. Rocks with people like you. I'm for real. Something about, I don't know, health professional and men at the same time. That this is what they love to do and they take care of themselves. I really
Yes, it's not a it's not a lot of us. It's not a
No, it's
lot
not
of
a
us
lot of
in the
y'all at
field.
all.
Yeah.
Ethan, bring me that. I'm sorry. Ethan, bring me that. I need my charger real quick. So anyway, I'm going to transition over into our one word one word game.
All right,
I
let's
say
go.
one word, you give me one answer. Sometimes I may give a phrase, but you still give me one answer. Just
All
like I'm
right.
getting ready to do now. Cardio before or after?
I can only use one word.
Before, like I said, before or after. That's it. I want one word.
Anytime.
All right. Um, Pilates.
Yes.
Donald Trump. Okay, laugh. That was a name.
Uh, Caucasian.
Apples.
Green.
Powerlifting, bodybuilding.
Ooh. Bodybuilding. You did it. You did it though, so it don't even matter.
I did do it. I did do it. Let's see.
It's your show, so I'm gonna say powerlifting. I'm gonna go back.
No, you already said bodybuilding. Can't take it back. uh, Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Ooh. Kettlebells.
Kettlebell. I like kettlebells. Hot dogs, hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Okay. All right.
Cause what y'all
I
call them on
love a
your
good
glizzies?
hamburger.
Nah.
Love a good hamburger. Um, Morning workout, night workout.
Morning.
Yes. Zinc or magnesium?
Both.
I do them together. I'll do the last one here. Um, 25-year-old you or 40-year-old you? Tell
We
the
gonna
truth, shame the devil.
we gonna go with 40-year-old me.
Why?
The lessons I've learned and the blessings that I've received at 40, I didn't have at 25. Who I am now as a person, as a father, a coach, and individual.
Uh-huh.
That's everything. That's everything past 25.
I love it. I love it. Now, of course, people know if you follow me, you follow my page, you know that I do my say less every other day or so. Whenever I'm feeling a unction or something, when I feel a word, come on, when God give me a word, I go
Yeah.
run. And that's my word of the day, which is so crazy because guys give me a lot of words about fitness. So yeah, that's the reason why y'all get what y'all get. But I have to end and ask, hey Dominique, what's the word of the day?
Word of the day is FITgasm.
Why?
I mean, it's the same. It's that good feeling that you get that can only be expressed, through exercise and human movement. As it is very similar to the O word. I don't know too many people that when they have that, it's a bad experience. So
That's good.
if you take that, I'm trying to be politically correct now. If you
But
if
no,
you
but that was good. That
you
analogy was
saw me,
yeah. I got you. I'm following. I'm following.
if you take that and merge that with fitness, I mean, you literally can have that feeling every single day.
Mhm.
Most people don't get the other one every single day.
I love it.
So I
Fit
feel
gas.
like
I told you
everybody
both.
should
I meant to ask
experience
you about
that.
the fit gasm thing, but
Everybody should experience that every single day. It'd make your life better.
a
That's
fit
why it's word of
gasm.
the day.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Fit gasm. I'm
FITgasm.
gonna um
I had it on a shirt once, but I lost the shirt.
I'm
So
gonna come up with something on my word. I think I may do a word of the day of fit gasm. I tag
All
you
right,
in it when I do. I gotta come up with what I was
take your
saying.
time now. Take your time. Don't
I
rush.
am. I am. It has been an honor. You are a very, very busy man, and you could be anywhere else in the world today, but you're here with me. And I
Hey,
want to say thank you for taking the time out just to chat about what we both love, and
right.
that is fitness. Any last words?
I genuinely appreciate you so much. This has been years in the making. So I'm glad that you are, utilizing your platform the way that you are, right? And I just want to thank you. And I want to tell everybody that's not following Leslie, you need to be following this woman. All right. She's smart, she's beautiful, and she's one of the best coaches in the game. All right. Other than that, I just appreciate you. And I appreciate this. So
Likewise.
that's all I got.
Likewise. Where can we find you, Dominic? I have a little banner at the bottom if you guys can see. I have his website there. I have his
Okay, so on the
Instagram
bottom,
handle. Oh
you can
yeah, that
find
I
me.
have to ask you. It's right there. It's been going the whole time. So these are
So
the platforms. If you need coaching, he's your guy. His website is there, so you can find out a little bit more about him if you need coaching, nutrition, anything. I mean, I tell my clients and tell just random people if you some fitness advice I'll just give because people
right,
need to
of
know, and I'm
course.
quite sure you're the exact same way. Some stuff y'all got to pay for, but because y'all be going over. I asked
What?
one question and
What?
they never stop. That's when I sent y'all invoice. But I'm right. Dom is one of those people that you really can. Hey, Dom, I was thinking about something. What you think about that? I'm quite sure that he'll be more than happy to answer those for you. And like at the bottom, this is where you can find him. Thank you again.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night. Thank you all for tuning in. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next show. Have a good night.